In the mid-19th century, the barren plains of Pennsylvania turned liquid gold as the discovery of oil transformed this sleepy region into a bustling hub of commerce and industry. But among those prospectors and visionaries, one man stood out: John D. Rockefeller, a name destined to rewrite history. Born into modest means in 1839, Rockefeller's early life was far from luxurious. His father, a traveling salesman, instilled in him the importance of money. Even as a child, young John was known for his meticulous nature and an uncanny ability to save every penny. At 16, John D. Rockefeller took up his first job as a bookkeeper. This humble beginning in Cleveland, Ohio, was where he honed his near-obsessive attention to detail, an attribute that would later serve him well. By 1870, Rockefeller founded the Standard Oil Company. He saw the immense potential of refining oil not just for lamps, but also for a myriad of emerging uses. Under his leadership, Standard Oil quickly gained control over the burgeoning oil industry, establishing a near monopoly. Rockefeller was a master strategist. He knew that controlling every aspect of the oil supply chain, from extraction to refining to distribution, would ensure his dominance. His aggressive tactics, however, drew significant ire. One of Rockefeller's most controversial moves was securing secret deals with railway companies. These rebates and preferential rates allowed him to undercut competitors ruthlessly. But was there more to these deals than met the eye? Journalists, known as muckrakers, began exposing the monopolistic and cutthroat practices of Standard Oil. Their stories sparked public outrage, painting Rockefeller as a ruthless tycoon bent on crushing competition. Ida Tarbell, perhaps the most famous of the muckrakers, published a series of articles detailing the depths of Rockefeller's shrewd tactics. Her work galvanized the antitrust movement, leading to significant legal battles. The pressure mounted, leading to the 1890 Sherman Antitrust Act, which aimed to curtail the power of monopolies. Despite its intent, Standard Oil continued to expand, finding loopholes and ways to retain control. It wasn't until 1911 that the U.S. Supreme Court ordered the breakup of Standard Oil into 34 separate entities. But this didn't diminish Rockefeller's influence. In fact, it made him even richer. With his newfound wealth, Rockefeller turned his attention to philanthropy. He pioneered modern methods of giving, establishing foundations that supported education, health, and scientific research. Among his numerous contributions, the founding of the University of Chicago in 1890 showcased his commitment to education. Rockefeller's vision was clear: create institutions that would foster knowledge and innovation for generations. Rockefeller's influence extended into healthcare. The Rockefeller Institute for Medical Research, later renamed Rockefeller University, became a beacon for medical advancements and research. His philanthropy had global implications. Rockefeller funded initiatives targeted debilitating diseases like hookworm, improving countless lives in America's poorest regions and beyond. However, immense wealth came with its own set of challenges. The Rockefeller family faced public and private turmoil, struggling with the burdens and scrutiny that came with their name. Early 20th century America gave rise to numerous conspiracy theories. Whispers of the Rockefellers pulling strings behind global events became a staple of fringe discourse. One persistent theory was that the Rockefellers were key members of the Illuminati, a mythical elite group supposed to control world affairs. Despite no concrete evidence, such claims perpetuated, feeding public fascination. Rockefeller's considerable influence in banking and finance also fueled speculation about his role in the creation of the Federal Reserve, an institution central to U.S. economic policy. It was also widely believed that Rockefeller had significant control over the media, manipulating public opinion to safeguard his empire and interests. In 1913, the establishment of the Rockefeller Foundation formalized his philanthropic pursuits, funding projects that spanned education, public health, and the arts. His aim was to wield his wealth for global betterment. Rockefeller's legacy can still be felt today. The modern frameworks for public health and medical research were, in many ways, shaped by his investments in medical infrastructure and knowledge. Though Standard Oil was dismantled, its legacy lived on. Companies like ExxonMobil and Chevron, descendants of Rockefeller's empire, continue to dominate the global energy market. During the Great Depression, the Rockefellers were both criticized for their immense wealth and recognized for their charitable efforts. This period tested their public image extensively. A symbol of resilience and foresight, Rockefeller Center was constructed during the height of the Great Depression, providing jobs and becoming an iconic landmark. World War II saw the Rockefellers' influence extend into global politics and economics, with substantial investments in war bonds and support for the Allied cause. The post-war era ushered in a wave of urban renewal, much of which was spearheaded by Rockefeller-funded projects aimed at revitalizing cities and creating modern amenities. Today, the Rockefeller family remains active in philanthropy and business, their wealth being passed down through generations, each seeking to make their own mark on the world. The Rockefeller story is one of paradox. Critics often point to their monopolistic past and alleged secretive power, while admirers highlight their unparalleled contributions to society. John D. Rockefeller's legacy is a blend of immense power, philanthropy, and controversy. His life story is as complex and multifaceted as the man himself, embodying both the potential and perils of great wealth. As we reflect on Rockefeller's life, we must ask ourselves, can immense wealth be a force for good, or does it inherently breed corruption? The answer perhaps lies not just in the wealth itself, but in how it is wielded and to what end.